in the untamed wild silence is often the deadliest trap of all. One moment the world breathes easy, the next existence hangs by a thread. Deep within this rugged terrain where threats arrive without introduction, a venomous viper patrols with lethal arrogance. This beast was engineered for murder, its body a coil of explosive muscle, its fangs loaded with a chemical cocktail designed to extinguish life in a heartbeat. For the vast majority of creatures, crossing this reptile's path is a death sentence. But the laws of nature are cruel, and a fearsome reputation offers zero protection when the tables turn. The serpent glides across the forest floor belly, pressing against the dirt-forked tongue, sampling the breeze. It detects no competition, no danger. Just the scent of damp earth and rotting foliage. Every inch of its movement screams dominance. Yet it remains blissfully ignorant of the ambush waiting beneath its own scales. A subterranean legion is staged just below the surface, motionless, patient, and ready to rise. The attack won't drop from the sky, it will erupt from the soil. Without warning, the ground explodes. A chaotic tide of soldier ants surges upward, coating the snake in a living, biting blanket within seconds. They swarm the sensitive eyes, burrow beneath armored plates, and clamp down with mechanical ruthlessness. A single bite is an annoyance. 1,000 bites is a catastrophe. The viper thrashes wildly, coiling and striking at the air in a frenzy of instinct, but its potent venom is useless against an enemy that fights as a relentless swarm rather than a single target. Calculated precision gives way to sheer panic. Order collapses into anarchy. The snake bolts for the water, driven by the primal urge to flee, but the escape attempt only seals its fate. Every violent twist summons more soldiers to the fray. Muscles fatigue, reactions dull. The predator that owned this territory moments ago is burning through its energy reserves faster than it can replenish them. Out here, brute strength is no guarantee of survival. Massive size doesn't ensure safety. In times, the victor is decided by sheer numbers, endurance, and impeccable timing. The forest is teeming with assassins that don't need fangs to execute a kill. If that opening sequence got your heart racing, don't look away. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around because we are just getting started on this journey where the hunter learns the brutal reality of being the hunted. The wilderness has a long memory and zero tolerance for weakness. The moment a killer exposes a flaw, the ecosystem responds with lethal force. As the defeated snake vanishes from the stage, a new narrative takes shape nearby, deep in the gloom, where death doesn't sprint, it lingers. In this zone, staying alive isn't about muscle, it's about perception. And a single lapse in judgment is all it takes to end the game. A slender serpent navigates the dense undergrowth, completely oblivious that it has slithered into a domain ruled by invisible engineering. There is no hiss, no musk of arrival, just a confident push forward until resistance. Something snags its body. Thin, nearly ethereal, but tensile as steel. A silken net tightens around its scales, a trap robust enough to shackle creatures far heavier than a wayward fly. The more the reptile writhes, the more hopeless the situation becomes. Each violent contortion pulls the webbing tighter, sapping its strength with every futile jerk. This isn't a brawl, it's an execution. Suspended and vulnerable, the snake dangles as fear floods its system. Above a shadow that has been perfectly still until now finally begins to move. Descending from the gloom, long, spindly legs pick their path with terrifying accuracy. The spider reads the vibrations like a map, sensing the prey's terror. In a blur of motion, it commits. Fangs pierce the reptile's tough hide, pumping in a neurotoxin specifically brewed to liquefy muscle function. The snake spasms, jaws snapping blindly at the air, but the connection between brain and body is severed. A cold paralysis sweeps over its frame like a rising tide. Minutes tick by. The thrashing ceases. The forest falls quiet again. The spider advances without haste, wrapping its prize with methodical, rhythmic care. This hunter has no need to rush. Time is its greatest ally. In the savage garden, the smartest killers don't chase down their dinner. They simply wait for the world to deliver it to their doorstep. Scenes like this serve as a stark reminder that the deadliest threats in nature are often the ones you never perceive until it's too late. Precision trumps raw power. Strategy outplays speed. And even a venomous viper can be reduced to nothing more than a calorie source if it makes the wrong turn. If this clash of titans caught you off guard, keep watching. Smash that like button, subscribe, and brace yourself, because the next chapter features a predator that trades patience for pure, unadulterated aggression. Aggression is a powerful tool, but against the wrong opponent it becomes a fatal error. In a different corner of the wild, where the humidity is high and shadows cling to the roots, a new duel is about to ignite. This time, there are no webs, no subtle traps, just velocity colliding with velocity. A viper prowls the leaf litter, distinctively alert, coiled like a loaded spring. It is compact, agile, and wired by evolution to strike first and vanish. This snake is a veteran of ambushes. It knows the drill. What it fails to realize is that it is being tracked from the damp earth beneath its belly. Concealed under decaying logs and wet leaves, a many-legged horror detects the seismic rhythm of the snake's movement. It doesn't use eyes to hunt. It reads the terrain. As the reptile slides into range, the predator commits. No pausing, no second guessing. Just a sudden, violent explosion of limbs. The centipede launches itself. Dozens of hooked legs grapple the snake's body, locking it down with nightmarish efficiency. The snake retaliates instantly, fangs flashing in the dim light, injecting its venom in a desperate bid for freedom. But the centipede refuses to let go. Instead, it curls its armored body, seeking out the snake's sensitive neck and head, biting repeatedly. Its modified forcipules sink deep, delivering a potent venom directly into the muscle tissue. The brawl turns frantic and bloody. Both combatants are pumping toxins into one another. Both are thrashing for supremacy. But this is a chemical arms race, and biology is picking a winner. The snake's reflexes begin to lag. Its coils go slack. The centipede's venom circulates with ruthless efficiency, scrambling nerve signals and shutting down the snake's motor control. In a matter of moments, the resistance dies out. The forest floor returns to stillness. The centipede unlatches its victorious grip and begins to feast with zero urgency. In this brutal ecosystem, even the most fearless strikers can fall when their speed runs into something even faster. Yet nature rarely deals in absolutes. Not every skirmish ends with the insect on top. Sometimes the reptile strikes back with a vengeance. If you're on the edge of your seat, don't go anywhere. Hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the upcoming segment showcases that rare cinematic moment when the snake flips the script and reminds us why it reigns supreme. Not every predator goes down without a fight. In the wild, survival is often calculated in milliseconds, and occasionally the snake reclaims the advantage. The forest floor transforms into an arena for a comeback story that few ever get to witness. A giant centipede navigates the low brush, its segmented body flowing over the soil like liquid armor. It is a seasoned killer. Confidence trails it like a scent. Nearby, a venomous viper lies partially buried statue, still waiting. No rattle, no shift in weight, just patience sharpened to a razor's edge. The centipede moves in, sensing an easy meal. It initiates the attack, hooked legs, seeking purchase on the scales, venomous claws, searching for a chokehold. But the snake is ready. The reptile's head snaps back with blinding speed, fangs burying themselves deep into the centipede's soft tissue. Once, twice, again. Every strike is delivered with surgical accuracy. The centipede constricts, injecting its own poison, but the chemical warfare tilts in the reptile's favor this time. The snake's venom floods the arthropod's system faster than it can compensate. Movements become jagged. Coordination disintegrates. Legs that once pinned prey now twitch uncontrollably. The two remain locked in a grim embrace, a tableau of violence. Seconds stretch into minutes. Slowly, the centipede's strength evaporates. Its body goes rigid, then limp. The snake uncoils and pulls away, battered but breathing. Victory here isn't celebrated with a roar. It is earned in silence. This outcome serves as a brutal lesson: dominance is never guaranteed. Even the most efficient biological machines can malfunction, and near death can turn into survival if instinct meets perfect execution. If that reversal took you by surprise, keep your eyes on the screen. Like the video, subscribe, and stay with us, because the final act reveals an ambush where patience, geometry, and brutality collide. In the wild, the final exam is always lethal. Survival isn't awarded to the strongest or the fastest, but to the one who makes zero errors. As the forest settles into an uneasy truce, one last confrontation begins, silent, precise, and unforgiving. Here, danger doesn't charge. It waits. Frozen. Invisible. A juvenile viper weaves through the foliage, every muscle tense with caution. It scans for vibrations. It tastes the air for threats. This snake knows to fear claws and beaks, but hovering above, camouflaged against the bark, and leaves a master of stillness is watching, perfectly poised, perfectly masked. The snake passes underneath, unaware it has already been selected. The attack is instantaneous. Spined forearms snap down with the speed of a bear trap, clamping onto the snake's head and neck before it can even coil to strike. There is no room to bite, no leverage to escape. The mantis applies crushing pressure with terrifying control, a grip evolved to subdue prey twice its size. The reptile thrashes violently, muscles burning as every instinct screams for it to fight back. But raw power is useless against absolute leverage.